Welcome to ZZ Talk with Zeus
and Zino.
It's been a minute. We almost forgot our names. So we're back after a very long hiatus. I guess it was a hiatus, right? We went on vacation, so it was a little bit of a hiatus. Which today we're going to do a little bit different. Since it's been so long, we're going to trying to get back into our groove, try to remember our things. You know, it's a little muscle memory, but it seems like we're a little bit behind on what we usually do. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into our top 5. Reason being is because, like I said, me and Zino both went on vacation. He went to a beautiful, beautiful place. I went to a beautiful place. I think mine was a little bit warmer than his, if I'm not mistaken.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. But we both went on vacation. So our top 5, before we jump into our agenda, is going to be us talking about our top 5 things that we did, wish we had done, and what we look forward to doing maybe later on. So basically, it's going to be related to our vacation. Before we go into that, Zino, do you have anything to add?
No, it's great to be back. Our show schedule is less like normal TV or whatever, and more like if you went to school in like London, where you have like 3 months of school, a month of break, 3 months of school. So we have like, you know, terms, not semesters. But we're back, and we'll be off again, I'm sure, at some point.
We're gonna be on what is it, holiday? So anyways, yeah, our top 5 is gonna be just we're gonna recap our vacation, right? To let you guys know what we did on our vacation, kind of give a good idea of our vacation, and maybe even review our vacation, I guess, because we like to do reviews all the time. So not gonna go back and forth, just gonna knock out my 5 real fast. I'm gonna pull a Zino. I'm going off the cuff, just because, again, this is we're getting back into the groove of things. So we're doing things a little bit different.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm glad you're going first because I actually have like props with mine. So you should go first.
All right, we got Gallagher over here.
Yes.
All right, so real quickly, number 1. First of all, let me tell you where I went. I went to the Bahamas. Me and my wife went to the Bahamas. So the reason we went to the Bahamas was because we were celebrating our 5-year anniversary. So it was our 5-year anniversary. We originally wanted to go to Cozumel because that's where we did our honeymoon, and we wanted to take the kids. And man, Cozumel is like honestly one of the greatest places ever. If you've never gone, please go. It really is amazing. And the good thing is it's an island, so it's safe. So you can literally go into, like, you know, some countries that you go on vacation, they're like, stick with the tourist areas.
Yeah.
But Cozumel is not like that. But I'm not talking about Cozumel today. But if you do go to Cozumel, you can go deeper into the country and start getting like really good food for, you know, non-tourist prices. But anyways, I guess that can lead right into my number 1 about the Bahamas. So again, we went for our anniversary.
Congrats on the anniversary, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We've been in love for at least 3 of them. So we wanted to take the kids, right? We wanted to have a nice little time with the kids. So we took the kids. My number 1 on the list is going to be, I'm very happy I went with my kids. It's like the first vacation. It kind of made me go to the realization of, man, these kids are growing up a lot different than I did. Man, I was like 20. No, not 20. I was like 15, 14 when I saw my first beach. These kids are 4 and they've been to freaking Disney World. They've been to the Dominican Republic. They've been to the Bahamas, you know, and it's just like, and they've been on boats. I was never on a boat. I had never been on a boat until a year before I got married. I think was the first time I ever was on a boat. So, you know, it's kind of like just crazy. That's like my number 1 thing for me about this vacation. I was like, this is my kids' first real family vacation. Just me, the wife, the kids, man. It was beautiful. Loved it.
That's the point of it all, right? For your offspring and their offspring to have a better life than you did. So
exactly,
it's looking like that. So that's beautiful.
And that really is a reflection that me and my wife were having in the hotel. It was just like one of those things. It's like, you know, these kids, you know, of course we're joking around, like, man, these little bastards are spoiled. But in reality, you know, we love that we're able to do that because we're the ones that are able to spoil them. So that was my number 1. My number 2, man, we went to Atlantic City.
Okay.
And Atlantic City is bomb.
Well, I have a question. I thought there was something that was shut down. Atlantic City is Jersey, right? New Jersey? Or am I thinking of something else?
Atlantis is what I'm trying to say.
Atlantis. Oh,
You're
okay.
Right.
Never mind.
You're right. That's a long ass. Hey, I went. We're like Captain America and Black Widows when we went on our honeymoon. Remember, where are you going on your honeymoon? Jersey.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I'm sorry, Atlantis. We went to Atlantis, which I had no idea what Atlantis was. right? I thought it was like, I just didn't know what it was. I thought it was like I guess like a monument area, kind of like, you know, like a historical place or something like that.
But yeah, Atlantis, I thought, was the fictional sunken city where Aquaman's from. So yeah, that's what I thought of when you said Atlantis.
No, but Atlantis is a hotel. So it's a hotel, but it's also a water park.
In the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas, yeah.
Okay.
So we didn't go to Atlantis to stay there, right? Because that's a little bit more of like when our grandkids get spoiled, we'll go there. One of those situations, because that's a good penny. Even though the wife is like, when we went there, she's like, we need to come here on our own, because it's like it's a hotel, but it's like a city within itself. It has a casino in the hotel. It has an aquarium. It has a bunch of restaurants, and then it has the actual water park. Okay. So it's like a water park, like a legit water park. I was about to give you measurements, but it's big as hell. So, you know,
it sounds a bit like, and I'm sure this comparison doesn't make any sense to you, but it sounds like Sun City in South Africa. It's the way you just described it is very similar. It's like, I believe it's like a hotel too, but like within it also seems like sort of like an amusement.
Does it have a beach attached to it? Because the Atlanta.
Yeah, but it's a fake beach. It's like a.
Oh no, this is a legit beach. This is a legit beach. So we spent all day at the water park. It was just a really great time. Me and the wife might go back because we want to kind of check out the casino. But her cousin just recently went to Costa Rica and shared like a photo of their Airbnb, and also has told me the prices. So I told her we might not go to the Bahamas again. We might go to Costa Rica.
Okay.
But being in Atlanta, honestly, that memory, I'm gonna love it, man. It was just having fun with my kids. I was kind of doing the slides a lot more than them because there were bigger people slides. And one of them, I realized how old I am because I went down the slide. Zino, how the hell do you? First of all, you're on the slide, so you're attached to this, right? Your ass is on the slide.
Right. Yeah.
Somehow I broke my ass.
Friction.
But then I pulled my shoulder. Like I felt like I had pulled the back of my shoulder blade. Like I'm like I really am 35. You know? So so it was a lot. So older people, if you go on slides, be careful. Maybe put some Bengay on before you go to the water.
Some ibuprofen. Yeah, I've been doing that too.
Because it was hurting for a little bit, but it was still fun. It was still really fun. It was cool. Which leads me to my third thing. So when we were there, we didn't know that you could take your own food, right?
Okay.
Which is nice.
Take your own food where?
To the water park. You could take it to the water park. Because the good thing is with the kids is they had an area that was specifically for them. It was basically, imagine a big ass playground, but with water running all through it. So, you know, and then and of course I was there with them for like a good amount of time, just playing. Like I would go get a slide, come back down, play with them in the water park, then go back and do something else, come back down. And then I got us to go on the little, like the lazy river, but it's really not a lazy river. It's like, there's parts where it's a little bit rapid. So the kids were kind of scared on that, but they kind of had fun at the same time, you know? But anyways, so the food part, this is one thing I didn't like about the Bahamas, which might be one of the reasons why I might not go back. So they have a thing called the VAT.
VAT? V-A-T?
VAT. V-A-T.
Oh, like a tax?
Yeah.
Okay.
As an American, I didn't know that's what that was. So I found that out.
Okay.
So on every food item, 12%.
Mm-hmm.
Every food item has an automatic gratuity tip of 15%. So that's not bad, right? I mean, 15%, 12% of $10 is what? $1.20 for the VAT and $1.50 for the gratuity.
Yeah.
That's $10. So that's what?
$2.70.
$2.70.
Yeah.
Multiply that by 5 when you're getting a $50 what's it called?
So you were basically paying for a sixth person, or you're paying for an additional person.
Essentially, yeah. Like I won't lie, we spent about, I'm gonna go with $600 to $800 on food alone. We were only there for 4 days. That's some money. I had to take an L and go to a McDonald's. Just because I was like, I need a break on this price of food. Yeah. Like the food prices. Don't get me wrong, we could afford it, but at the same time, it's just like,
but we don't
This
want
isn't
to
an
have to.
all-inclusive in Cabo San Lucas, which hopefully is what I'll be in February.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is not an all-inclusive. This is a nothing inclusive at all.
Mm.
So that was kind of a negative on that. But the fourth item, the fourth thing, because that was my third thing, right?
Yeah.
My fourth thing would be is we went to the hotel that we went to. I forgot the name. It was the Hilton, the Royal something Hilton at the Hilton.
Okay.
And it's like right there. There's a beach right there. So we spent like a good portion of our nights just, you know, me and my wife didn't really get to do anything like, you know, the romantic, like wade in the pool in the night, watch the moonlight kind of stuff. We didn't get to do any of that, but we had a lot of fun with the kids. You know, we would go to the beach. They would play. It was literally, Zino, there was never my 4 family members. There was, if you take those out, there was still never more than 8 people on that beach.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, and also one of the reasons why that happened is because also the Bahamas is barely opening back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't say that this is my 5th one, but I will throw this in as an honorable mention. One of the things that I wish had happened was that that I know what it's like to be fully open, because I feel like the experience would be a little bit richer with more people there. Because it was a little bit, and you could probably tell me if Iceland was like that, because you could tell that it wasn't full tourists going on, which was nice, right? You'd be able to walk. I was able to go out for a jog. I didn't have to run around people. But the problem ended up being that since there weren't that many people,
mm-hmm.
a lot of shops weren't open. A lot of, you know, a lot of different restaurants were open. There was a lot of restaurants closed down.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit, you know, a little bit on the bad side. But the hotel that we were in, you know, we would just go. So it's funny as hell. So the prices for the hotel room were cheap as hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
We found out instantly why the prices were cheap as hell. She's like, yeah, we got a ocean view. Let me check out this ocean view. Ha! Back of a building. There was a back of a building right in my view. So you could see where it used to be. You got the flag?
I did. I got it.
All right, good job. So what's it got? So you could see where the view used to be, but then they popped these bunch of condos right in front of it. So you ended up missing. I was like, oh, that's why it was like so cheap, because there was a little spot where we could go to and look what we would have seen, and it's gorgeous, right? But
that's a condo discount.
Yeah, but that's not a big deal to me, because I'm like, I'll take a street view versus an ocean view if it saves me some money, because I'm going to view the ocean when I go to it.
Right.
You know,
and you can't really see the ocean while you're asleep. Right?
Exactly. So I'm just like, I was like, but yeah, being able to just go down the lobby, ask them for some beers, you know, with the 29% tax that they were about to add onto it, you know, so Corona was costing me $10. But just go out there, get to sit down, you know, hang out at the beach while the kids run around. I run around with the kids. You know, I did a nice little swim. I got some workouts in because I just, you know, I had my Apple Watch. I don't have it on right now, but I had my watch and I just put on outdoor swimming. So I was just swimming, counting my steps and all that stuff. So
I really wish I had one of those watches that could count steps, because I would have liked to see how much I did while I was in Iceland.
You don't have an Apple Watch?
I don't.
That's right. Zeno is a Droid guy.
I am.
You know? And if there's nothing more hard-headed than a Droid person who refuses to go to iPhone. But anyways,
I actually just bought a new one that's arriving on Tuesday. The S21 Ultra. But,
anyway, so yeah, that was my number 4. My number 5 is we went on an excursion. That was pretty cool. So I love excursions because it's so funny. You've been on excursions before, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You get on the boat, and then all these people are strangers at the very beginning, kind of keeping away from each other. And then drinks start popping in. Then you turn around and realize, oh, we're in a really small containment anyways. You start talking to people, you just start enjoying the conversations, and you just have fun. And then they were cool because they had babysitters. One of them, like not babysitters, but just people who worked there who like kept the kids entertained while, you know, we would get on top of the boat. But I also brought the kids on top of the boat because I wanted them to see that experience or whatever, you know. And it's just fun. Only thing I'll say is, so the excursion was to go swim with the turtles.
Mm-hmm.
We literally swam with the turtles for 20 minutes, 15 of those minutes I had to get out with the kids because they weren't feeling it. So after I was like, okay, you do half, I'll do half. They're like, how long are we gonna be here? We're gonna be here for an hour. 20 minutes later, we have to move the boat for some reason, and then we never stop moving the boat. We just go back. So it was a cheap little excursion. It didn't cost us too much, but it was just, I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, how long were we supposed to be out there? And he was like, oh, you were out there for an hour. I was like, that wasn't an hour. That was 15 minutes, maybe 20.
Time works differently post-COVID.
I guess. And I was like, look, I know in the Bahamas, there is a such thing as Bahama time.
Mm-hmm.
Like island time. You know how you ever have friends from the islands who joke about island time?
Yeah.
It's real. You need to predict if you're going to be hungry in an hour so you can go ahead and order your food. Because island time is real. Because and I understand it's a laid back area. You know, you're in no rush. You're in paradise. You're in no rush, right? Island time is real.
I experienced a bit of that when I was in Nassau. It's like everyone was just really chill. It's like, oh, it's whatever, man. Like, yeah, you'll get your stuff. But like, I think we're so used to being like, hey, man, let's go.
You'll eventually get your things.
Yeah,
you know,
get it.
They kind of make fun of me for that because they're like, you're American, aren't you? I was like, yeah. I was like, how can you tell this? You're always like walking really fast and you're always like in a rush. And I was like, that's just how it is, you know. But anyway, but yeah, man, that was my experience, man. That was my vacation. It was a fun. Any questions before we move on to you?
So I know you said the Bahamas, but like what was a particular
Nassau.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were like near so you remember when you went there, it was the marketplace and all that stuff was right there. So there were some markets that were open, but man, it was empty. There was a lot of spots that were empty.
Funny enough, I was actually, and now some technical difficulty. Your show will return in a couple of seconds. Okay, and we're back. Like Zeus mentioned, it's been a while, and we're trying to get our feedback into it, including not closing the Zoom meeting in the middle of a recording. But anyway, what I was saying is that last time I was in Nassau was also with Kathy, because as you guys who are fans of the show know, the reason Zeus and I know each other is because a friend of ours was getting married, and they're doing a bachelorette party, which included Kathy, and I happened to be in that. And then, yeah.
And and I forgot to tell you. So basically, you know that frog restaurant?
Yes, Senior Frogs.
Closed.
What?
Closed. It was closed. That was closed. The only thing was open was like one of the restaurants on the corner there. Like, bro, if you went there, because Kathy kind of like looked a little bit nostalgic and sad about it, and it was just like crazy. But the good thing is, they were saying in the Bahamas, it's either now. I think it was either the 12th of this month, or the 12th of July.
Okay.
So of course we're in June, right? That cruises are reopening.
Okay.
And they're going to Nassau because Nassau is the main port. So
I feel like it's 12th of June because I do remember someone saying like it's fairly soon. So 12th
yeah,
of June
and I
would
remember,
be today.
and I think she said one of her coworkers was like going to Nassau, was going to the Bahamas on a cruise, this week. So
yeah, that's today. 12th of
June.
June.
Obviously, we feel like the responses of COVID were horrible by this, at least by the United States, but a lot of other countries were better. And actually, I think the Bahamas was one of the better ones. Like, they don't let you go anywhere.
Yeah.
They don't let you come into the country unless you've taken a test in the last 2 days. And I think you did the same thing, right, with yours.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have to check in every day for their visa. And I was like, all right, y'all ain't playing. And then they're like, we went to this restaurant, so a Jamaican restaurant. Or not Jamaican, I'm sorry, like a Bohemian restaurant. And the lady was like, would you like to eat inside? She's like, all right, let me take your temperature. Like, if you're no, she's like, show me your vaccine card.
To be fair, they do that in the Korean barbecue restaurant over here in I think Sandy Springs area. It's called Thrill. And they do the whole temperature measurement thing. Well, actually, no, they didn't do it the last time I went, but they were doing it up until like April.
I don't think they'd be doing it now because COVID is cured.
Yeah. Oh, it's done. It's done.
All right, that's